Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about Full Metal Alchemist, not the 2003 version, 2009's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because I didn't watch 2003 version. My friend suggested me to watch Brotherhood instead because it's super close to manga. Whereas in 2003 version the plot is same, but at the time the manga was still in the process of writing. So instead of waiting, this animation department went forward and made their own story and their own ending. So I like watching things that's so close to manga. So I think in 2003 version they focused more on character, personal stories rather than plot. I think all I have heard from others. This is not my take because I didn't watch it, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But most people said 2003 version Alchemist was not good when it comes to ending, and whereas 2009's Brotherhood, the ending was mwah. So let's start first with story. The plot is simple in both of them. Two of the protagonists, they are brothers, and one is Edward Elric and the other is Alphonse Elric. So they are two brothers who lost their mother. So they use alchemy, human transmission alchemy, to bring back their mother. Instead they bring some other dead corpse, that's not their mother. That's a taboo in the alchemy world. You should not perform human transmission, but they still did. So because of that, Alphonse's body is lost, and Edward's leg is taken as a fees of using human transmission by God, the truth, the one. That's what they call in the anime. So Edward uses his alchemy and seal the soul of his brother Alphonse into an armor, and that's the main plot. Now they want to find their bodies back. So that this is what all started their journey. So that's the thing. They learn from a teacher who also performed human transmission because she wanted to bring back her child but didn't. The protagonist father is a genius. It's all about military, the central military. We have northeast, south, west, and the central in the middle, the headquarters. The main military guys are all corrupt. There's a lot of going on. That's the basic plot. I don't wanna tell anything giving away spoilers. So that's the thing. You should definitely watch it. Story is so engaging, so engaging. You will definitely fall in love with the story, plot, subplots. Everything is mwah. So there is a. This is just the tip of the iceberg. What I told you. When you dive deep, you get to know more. The story is so large. I didn't tell everything. I just told why it all started for the brothers, but everyone has their own reasons why they are in the military or why they are in the story. But Brotherhood have some, I think, anime only characters that's not in manga. I think I heard, but I'm not sure. The Olivia Armstrong, she was not in the manga, so she's not canon. She doesn't have any role also, because they put her character. They gave her some story. That's it. She was not vital at all. I don't know why that happened, but that happened. Okay, but the story is 100%. Okay, so moving on. Characters, as you know, all protagonists, teenagers. They are teenagers. One is 14 years old, one is 15 years old. They are two brothers who love each other, and they are in the quest of finding their bodies. And Edward Edward Elric, one of the brother, loses his hand and a leg. A leg was a fee for learning the truth and going into the portal, and hand because he sacrificed his hand to get the soul of his brother Alphonse, and later he sealed it in an armor. So that's complicated, I guess. This is all alchemy. The way alchemy is described is change, equal exchange. So you can make anything out of matter, changing the propositions of a object or something like that. It's a magic, but fancy word for magic, you can say. So everyone has their different styles of alchemy. The alchemy is also very cool. The showing of the magic is also good. Okay, the characters. Next one is the lover who loves Edward, and she is also a automale. That means she repairs parts of Edward because he lost his leg and arm, and he did the prosthetic arm, the steel one. Hit this arm and the leg, he has steel ones. So she does repair, maintenance, and every time every time Edward he goes in war, a battle, he breaks his hands, his legs. She'll come and repair it. So the comedy, let me tell you, the comedy for the characters are Alphonse and Edward is people mistake since Edward's name is since Edward become the state alchemist. If you are confused, what is the state alchemist? State alchemist is just joining the military, and there are people who are just military guys who don't know alchemy how to perform, and there are guys who knows how to perform alchemy and they are in the military. They are given the title state alchemist. So that's how since Edward is the youngest, he become the state alchemist there. So since he has metal, he is given the name Full Metal Alchemist. So that's the running joke. People when they go out travel and they meet new people, everyone knows who everyone knows the name Full Metal Alchemist, but they don't know who it is. When their two brothers travel, the people generally confuse as Alphonse, who is the armored body. They think he is the Full Metal, and this tiny guy is his friend or something. So that's the joke. And the other joke is everyone calling Edward short. So only two jokes, but it's continuously in the story from the start to the end. No matter what serious situation they are, they crack this type of jokes. So this is very debatable. The jokes are only for the two parts, and I kind of like that jokes. So there is a lot of emotional plots even in this story, because everyone has their own backstories like every other anime, but the backstories are kind of cool in anime. I like backstories, knowing about the character more and more, why he's doing this kind of action, why he is the way he is. So that's kind of very good in every anime. That's why that is the reason I guess I like animes a lot. So everyone has a backstory. Some have more emotional one, some have just casual ones, but they have backstories, and the emotion they bring onto the table for the show is whatever. I don't have words to express you guys. This is a anime that you should definitely watch. It's definitely in top 5 in most of the anime lovers, and it's even I think top 1 in my anime list. Gotta check that list out. It's been ages since I checked, but it's a definitely watch, guys. One thing I was very worried about the character development is everyone generally in anime, everyone tends to get influenced by the main protagonist way of thinking, the protagonist way of life. But in this, it's not like that. Protagonist, two brothers, because they are little brothers, they are children, kids, they don't understand how humans need to do their thing, or adults need to do their things in order to survive. there is a sacrifice involved. You can get two things at a once, at a time. You have to sacrifice something. This is the concept that kids learn later on. That's the revealing, super relieving part, because I was like, oh no, they're gonna change the adult minds, because adult were at the time, you should, if you get something, you definitely have to sacrifice something, because two things cannot be at the same time, will never be given to you. So they were in that mentality, like there is a concept of philosopher's stone. Philosopher's stone is killing everyone, taking every human soul and put it into a liquid form. It's a blood or something, that the soul every soul into one container, and that becomes the philosopher's stone. A philosopher's stone is very powerful, but the brothers, they can bring back their bodies back if they use philosopher's stone, but the brothers are like, no, many people died, it's the soul of others. The people are crying inside the stone, and their souls are crying, they can even hear it. So they're like, no, we're gonna never do this, we'll bring back our bodies by own. So when it gets at the end, Mustang is a central, he is a colonel. So he lost his eyes due to performing human transfusion. You have to watch it, and I think I'm revealing way more, sorry, but to explain this further. So he lost his eyes. In order to bring back his eyes, he need to use philosopher's stone. I was worried that, oh no, he will definitely be influenced by the kids. Like they said, you can't use philosopher's stone because there are souls trapped in it crying for help. They didn't want to die, they were killed. So even Mustang will not use it, but he used it. His thinking is different. He is not like kids. He thought in his matured mind what to do. So that was awesome. I was character development is good. Uh, their thinking of reality is changing by seeing the situation. By the way, there is a character called Nina and his dog Alexander. Um, the heroes go to their house. I think that guy is a biology alchemist. Study the human camera. He makes cameras like the talking creatures who talk, act, who talk. Okay, the creatures who talk. So he makes cameras. So in order to understand how to bring back human bodies, at the very beginning, I think this is 3-4 episodes into the show, I think. So they go there, they will find out that he is making cameras, but his attempts are failing. He is not able to make them talk. Okay, so there is a revaluation of alchemists every year. So this guy needs to perform some experiment, show the progress of what he started. So what he does is super horrible and emotional, because the thing, his alchemy revaluation, state alchemist revaluation was the next day. What he does is he takes her daughter Nina and her dog Alexander and fuse them and make them camera. I'll insert picture. She can talk. That was super emotional. I I think if you watch that show, you understand the pain, I think. So let's talk about climax. See, the climax of the show was already hyped from 30-ish episode. The whole series is 64 episodes long, but from 30th episode onwards, they started preparing for the climax. When 50 episode rolled, it got more intense. This is a very fast paced anime. because you don't have any fillers. Every plot, climax, ending, done. So that's it. You will not have a spare part at all. That's how awesome the pace was. Never ever imaginable. Even I saw Death Note, but there are a certain things those are that are boring in that, like 2 to 3 episodes. If you have seen Death Note, there is a plot where a businessman gets Death Note, and L and his team with light track him and capture him. Those episodes are whoa man. So, but in this you will never find an episode boring, because it's not a slow show. It's a super fast paced slow show. I'm sorry, never even seen a show like this. Awesome ending. When it come to ending, I'm always most of the time I'm disappointed. Future Diaries, because I get angry when thinking of Future Diaries, because the anime had so much potential, but because of the ending, I despise the show. Why? But this ending was really satisfactory, because the Elric brothers hate their father. They'll get the reason why he left them. He is a good guy. They respect him. He dies peacefully because he was immortal back then. You have to see the anime to learn why. But he was immortal. After killing the villain, he becomes mortal. He dies at the end of old age. Oh, I totally forgot about the humunculite. Lust, gluttony, sloth, worth, pride, greed. I think this is it. I don't remember. I think only 6 of them. 6 are the human sins. He was created by a father. He is also a humunculite. He sacrificed whole entire kingdom to get the philosopher's stone, and he becomes the philosopher's stone. He is the philosopher's stone, and he has the philosopher's stone, and he creates with his stone this 6 humunculite. Each of the guy, he has taken what humans lack, because pride is bad, too much pride is bad, lust is bad. So all the bad things he took, but he forgot that all this need to be there in a limited way in order for a perfect being. So that's the whole concept, I guess. You need to have these all things in a regulated manner. So he takes off all of that. But in 2003 version, when alchemists perform human transmission, and the byproduct gives you this lust, greed, and everything. But in this, a father is there who creates them. So super defeating them is crazy. Okay, so I'm glad that adults took charge in this. They didn't just believe a kids' childish philosophies. They implemented their own mental philosophy, and at the end, everything is back to normal. So this is my definite top 5 anime of all time. You should definitely watch this show. I gave you the reason to watch it. Now it's your call. Do it. Go. Watch that. First, and let me know what you think of the show. If you watched it, do you agree? Okay. Tada guys. See you maybe next time. Bye bye.